Alright, so today's a bit of a different video. We're actually reviewing and going over that Crosstrek S, so top of the range in the Subaru's new compact SUV. So this is kind of something completely out of what I normally do. It's more around sports cars, you know, JDM or car events and building my R34, E46. But today, you know, I got a bit of free time. I've been in this car and I've just genuinely been enjoying this car so much that I thought, you know what, let me just give it a breakdown, make like a video for you guys, because my past actual reviews have been doing great. So like the WRX, the BRZ, I think it's been very informative for other people, and to me, I think that's quite important, because there are little questions that some people do miss, and maybe I could chuck it into this review. Maybe there are ones that we'll go over, or if you have any questions in the comment, just drop them and I'm more than happy to answer it for you, or any questions, of course. So what we're gonna do first is just with the full exterior of the car, then we'll go over the features, interior, what kind of makes this car a bit more unique than the competitors as well. But overall, honestly, I've been in this car for a few days now, and it's just, I've worked at Honda as well when there's like the HRV, of course, but it's hard to compete with this car, just the overall quality. So anyway, enough rambling. We'll start from the exterior first. Now, it is a rainy day. You guys probably can't see it in the camera, but to be honest, it kind of just matches the Crosstrek with the atmosphere, the trees and everything, so it kind of matches the aura, I guess you could say. But enough talking, let's jump into it. So we'll start from the rear and work our way around, just talk about the car in general. Kind of like a rear diffuser, it's aggressive looking. It's different to what you're normally used to in a normal SUV as well, so it's kind of got that sporty mixture between that off-roading as well, so that's something I really like. It's got nice rear deflector lights. It's just overall nice design. Rear sensors, reverse camera. Boot space, I'll chuck the liters up here. It's not the biggest boot space, but what normally I'd say this car is more targeted for is just, yes, younger people, 1 or 2 couples, or retired as well, so something you don't want too big. But overall, the boot space is enough. Same as the WRX design for the outer guards, though for this car I'd say it suits it a lot better, just because again it gives it that off-road look. It's a nice crossover. So yes, it is a car that is capable of off-roading and just everyday use too, so it does look good. You get a nice rear arch here connected to the rear door. Close so you can see the rear arches. So it is a nice looking car, like I mentioned before. The exterior is nice. They do all come with rear privacy glass, and same as the back window too. So that's a cool feature, just in case you have anything in the car, just an extra privacy. This one doesn't have tinted windows, though I'd say it's got the option for a tinted window too. Depending on the model you get a different type of rim style, though you can always aftermarket and get a complete black one. The front guard does have a functionable air vent, which in terms, I think is more stylish than anything, but definitely does look nice. Then coming over to the front, you get these nice aggressive headlights. So I always keep telling myself that the actual Crosstrek is just like a mini WRX. So, well, SUV WRX. Just because the headlights, of course, very similar. Fog lights. I'll put the measurements here in terms of all the width, the length, the height, and the clearance as well. start from the right side of the door. We'll start from over here, so excuse the rain. You get the side mirror adjustments, so you can, of course, just like any other car, traditional to where you would expect it to be. Then you have the left side. The top button here would fold the mirrors in and fold back out. Driver and passenger also have auto windows, so if you just tap down once, it would automatically go down. Rears don't. Window lock as well. The car does self-lock after a certain time, and you get this nice kind of carbon finish. Not exactly, of course, carbon, but it has a nice sporty look to it. It's a nice mix between, yes, it is like not real carbon, but it's still nice, but you have this nice soft leather on the side here. And then following that across, you have this here, adjusts the brightness of your screen and your actual speedo, so that's quite handy. I always have it quite bright personally. Of course, your stop start button. So I know that the 2024 Forester is actually losing the metal sports pedals, which kind of sucks. They're going to rubber. Not too sure why, maybe to cut costs, who knows. But while the Crosstrek still has them, it's pretty cool to me. Pretty cool little touch. Definitely feels good on the feet, especially with the rubber bits there. So it's pretty good in terms of pedal feel. Since we're also in the Crosstrek Sport, we have S. So S stands for sports, pretty much. So what this button will do, it just makes the car a bit more responsive. It makes it a bit more responsive, a bit more fun to drive. I like to keep it in sport unless it's we're in traffic or something. So it just makes the response of the throttle just that little bit better. It's, of course, it's not a sports car, it's not a WRX, but definitely does pick up. So that's where I will talk about a bit more into the engine and the power for you guys in a second, but that's in a little bit. So let's just completely stick to this. So on your right here would be, this is your lane keep assistance. To activate everything would just be through here. That's your braking, automatic braking distance as well. So you have front and rear, so you can adjust the distance of that. Pretty cool. Adaptive cruise control. Then you have auto headlights, so that's definitely pretty handy. And of course, indicators on the right. Moving over into the dash, so you still have your traditional analog dash, center digital. So this, personally, to me, it's not a negative that it's not a complete digital dash. Like, I still like the look of the traditional speedo on the right, RPMs on the left, and then it's kind of cool. You get a nice digital dash in the middle where you still see your speed, still see your roadside recognition, so speed sign recognition. You see all your assistance, how long you got on the fuel tank, kilometers. So I think that's pretty cool. I don't hate it. It's not something that bothers me personally, but yeah, so maybe, who knows, in 2025, 2026 they'll have a complete digital, but that's still okay to me. I still like it. You can go through music left, right here, source. So that's just if you want to go through different radio stations. You do have wireless phone calls, so if you're connected through Bluetooth, you can take wireless phone calls, and you could also make calls too. Then moving on to the center console. So this is an 11.6 inch digital dash as well. So its touchscreen is quite responsive. You have an inbuilt, just like the WRX, very similar to the WRX. If you guys haven't seen my review for that, it's just jump into my page. It's a few videos down, you guys should be able to find it, and I have a BRZ review too. But so this one, you have an inbuilt TomTom, very well, quite responsive, very good system too. For search, you can search for addresses, petrol stations, nearest parking. It's quite handy. Then you have your radio, media, so that's where Bluetooth and everything will be connected. Wireless phone calls, automatic start stop. I normally have that off. Not the biggest fan. Wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android, so that's definitely a plus. Not much cars have that today. You have your vehicle settings. I don't want to go too far into it. Car information, just maintenance, where the power is coming from, if all four wheels have power, the degree your car is. So I'd say this is more for off-roading, in the snow, if you're going through X modes. So different modes, snow, dirt. This is handy to let you know where your car's standing and what power's going to where. Display off if you don't like it. Pin code, traction control, other features as well. Then you got the top up here. This is where, so that's where X mode is controlled. You have snow, dirt, and deep snow, mud. Depending on which one you do, one leaves traction control on and reduces power. One takes traction control off and brings torque faster to the wheels. This just helps you for different conditions as well. Just like the WRX2, down here we have a nice easy setup for air conditioning. So off, on, up, and this is also an ice cold. This is freezing, this air conditioning. So very, very good system. It's the middle there, and you got complete adjustments as well. So you can change the modes, change degree on the right side, left side, same as the buttons down here. Or if you just want to sync, you can sync. Pretty cool system. I like it personally. So it's very, very, very cool. Coming down to here, so since this is the S model, we get a wireless phone charger, so also very cool. USB-A, USB-C, and aux. So still an aux cord, surprisingly, for a car that has Bluetooth wireless, but still very cool that it has that. You just a traditional gear lever. It's not by wire, still by gears. Park. If you go all the way down to the right, you can use your paddle shifters. So the car does have paddle shifters, just in case you want that sporty feel as well. Handbrake is by button, same feature. Push down to release, push up to activate. The different camera options you can select. So you can also go have a 360-degree camera, like I mentioned. So that's in the mid-range and top range. It is pretty handy. So I'll put it in reverse and I'll show you guys the different camera views. So this is the first one. So just a normal traditional reverse camera with sensors. And then you have the 360-degree camera. And then you have 360 traditional reverse camera and sensors. So honestly, it's pretty handy. And since it's such a small car, parking the thing isn't easy. With all that assistance as well, you don't have to think about pretty much anything. Passenger and driver get heated seats. You get two settings, low and high. So it's not, I'd say for winter it's all right. I mean, Australia's quite hot, especially right now. You don't really need it. You get these nice perforated seats. These seats are also chassis mounted to the car, so there's very, very minimal head sway or actual sway in the car. So when you're driving, you feel very connected and very safe. You don't have much road sickness. Passenger doesn't get car sickness. Subaru have spent a lot of time kind of nailing the driving experience, and you really can feel that when you drive the car. Down here, since this is the top of the range, you get the Harman Kardon sound system. And honestly, this kind of ticks the box for me, because it just brings it all together with the comfortable driving experience, the music. Just, that's why I say it's such a competitive small SUV, compact SUV to the market, and that I believe it's a car that I would buy. It's the reason why I'm making this video. So I'm just kind of putting the word out there for you guys. Then coming down along here, you get a nice as well carbon finish. Overall, I really personally like the interior of this. So interior, exterior, both very good in terms of technology. Quite up there for sure, I'd say, compared to the competitors. Driving, it's an all drive no matter what you get, base to top of the range. I mean, it's honestly one thing that I would say that it could improve on would maybe be if it was a 2.5, but that's just because I'm a performance person. Other than that, honestly, it has enough torque for daily driving experience. You have automatic dimming mirrors as well. So this would automatically dim the mirror if there's a bright light behind you or headlights as well. You get a nice visual view too. So in terms of blind spots, the car has a great 360 degree view of the car. So you don't have much blind spots at all. Moving over to the roof, it is the sunroof. You do pull up, and there's a tilt button, so it tilts pretty cool. Or you can completely open as well, but I won't do that since it's raining. Yeah, completely easy, very light. Moving over to the back as well. One downside is the rear seats don't get air vents, though the rear seats do get USB and USB-A and USB-C ports, which are pretty cool. I mean, just in case someone in the back wants to charge music or is playing or is connected to this Apple CarPlay wirelessly, they can still charge it. One thing though, yes, it doesn't have rear air vents, but it is, again, quite a compact car, so the air conditioning does get around the car enough. All right, so that was pretty much the breakdown of the exterior and interior of the Crosstrek S. Again, top of the range, leather seats, adaptive cruise control, sports plus, paddle shifters, wireless phone charger, wireless Apple CarPlay, inbuilt sat nav, sunroof, all-wheel drive, but that doesn't really matter because top of the range to bottom of the range, they all have all-wheel drive, so that's one thing Subaru has been doing excellent with. So right now we'll go for a drive and just show you how the car kind of handles overall. It is a 2-liter. I thought that would be a problem, but again, it's a light car, so it's not that big of an issue. So we'll mount the camera up now and go for a little quick drive, and then at the end we'll give it a quick little verdict, and yeah, we'll go from there. One thing about the Crosstrek as well is it's very, very quiet inside. That's definitely such a bonus as well. So all these cars are made in Japan, and you can always see the quality in that too, so good. Make sure we didn't leave anything. So again, like I mentioned, the pickup is great. So I've never actually had any issues where I felt like the power wasn't enough. You know, I'm not going to be going racing this car. What it's built for is that the comfortability. So that's definitely something, it ticks all the boxes. It's very quiet inside. Yes, it's raining outside, so the wipers are on. But in terms of overall driving position, driving sway, and just how well it's built, the car is, to me, amazing. So you have blind spot monitors too, so if someone is in your blind spot, you have that feature as well. So it does beep, has cross traffic alerts too, so if you're reversing out and someone is driving from across the side of you, it will let you know that as well, so it's quite good. One thing I wish it did have was maybe a better leather steering wheel. So it's almost in between where it feels plastic, but it's like leather. So it's not terrible. It just could be a bit softer, I believe. No, visibility is great. Interior, like I mentioned, it's quite a nice interior display. You get the speed there as well, same as the digital analog. So some people like myself, I still like to stay the traditional style where it's not complete digital as well. But I'll do a little bit less talking so you guys can just have a nice POV drive of the car itself. What are the odds as well we're behind the Subaru Forester? Let me know which direction you like to go, sir. Left, straight, right? Where would we like to go? Straight? Alright, I'll go left. Now I am in sports, so the pickup is just that little bit better. And I believe once you're in sport, really that pickup just ticks that box. I mean, yes, you lack top end, but again, like I mentioned, the majority of people that are going to be buying this aren't looking to race, of course, you know what I mean? Like, oh, that's a beautiful Supra. Holy shit. You have to come back for that. Yeah, so like I mentioned, majority of people buying this car, they're not looking to speed. It's mainly just for fuel efficiency, safety, comfortability. But there is pickup if you need it. Wipers work great as well. The stability in the car, I don't feel like I'm getting thrown around. I feel quite comfortable and confident in the rain. So that's where the all-wheel drive definitely does. It's a plus, because there's not much times, you know, in a front-wheel drive car sometimes you just understeer, especially in rain. So having something like this is quite good. I want to lap back around just to look at that Supra. I know it's kind of out of context, but that thing was so nice. I just... But, yeah. Alright, that thing is beautiful. The BBSs as well. Ooh, so nice. Okay, so I'm just gonna park up, guys, and we're just gonna go just a summary of the car. Oh, Biazzi. Alright, I'm just gonna park up and we'll do a quick breakdown summary of the car. Alright, so the final summary, I guess, rating as well. What would I rate this car out of 10? Again, for my purpose, like I mentioned, for an everyday car, and for the price range, so I'll list the prices here too. So from entry to pretty much top of the range, and what, you know, and for those prices and for what the car is and just what you can get with the car, I believe the car is, originally I gave it an 8 out of 10, but second thought, a 7 out of 10 felt more realistic to me. 2.5 litre in there from the Forester. That combined with the all-wheel drive and the small, it would make it a lively car, would make it a very exciting car. But other than that, the pickup, like I mentioned, it's not bad. I mean, it's not a slow car by any means. It's quite fuel efficient. I'll put up the litres per 100 here too. But no, honestly, when it comes to small SUV, enjoy it. I personally would buy one myself. That's why I'm making this video, and maybe it could be helpful for anyone that's looking, that it is in the market for a Crosstrek as well. Like I mentioned, a few things that could be a little bit better: rear air vents, automatic tailgate. So it is a manual tailgate, so you have to lift it up manually. It's not by button. It would make that, it would be a nice feature to have an automatic tailgate in this car too, so you can open and close whenever you like it. Another 2.5 litre would be amazing. That's just being picky. Maybe the passenger seat, even at the top of the range, is not manually adjustable, sorry, automatic adjustable. So the passenger seat is still a manual adjustable, even at the top of the range. That's kind of annoying. I wish both were automatic adjustable. It is missing driver settings, so save settings on for the driver seat. So normally a lot of Foresters have 2 save settings. Crosstrek, even at top of the range, for some reason they don't have it, so that's kind of annoying too. So something to think about for you guys. Those little things that I mentioned, you kind of look over, just because it's a nice car, especially for the price range. Again, depending what you're out there for, if the boot is a little bit too small for you guys, then jump into a Forester. But that is pretty much it, guys. Next week, I think weekend, coming Sunday, December 3rd, there's a Cars and Coffee, so I'm just going to cover that as well. Just doing as much as I can while the R34 is just getting worked on. Once that is done, you're going to make more content with the R34, especially with the build, again, like I mentioned every time, the dyno tuning, what power we end up making, what parts we go with, the complete build breakdown. I still have the E46 sedan as well, so this is, if I'm throwing you guys off a little bit, I do make a lot of types of content right now as well. So here and there I do car reviews, just because I get given these cars from work, so why not? Could be informative for you guys. I am looking into getting into drifting. That's why I have my sedan E46, which I'm slowly building. I'm building an R34 GTT, which I've done a custom wide body patent and boost Bayside blue, and completely building the engine. So that engine is apart right now. I'll put just a video up of that too, so I'll put that there for you guys while I am talking. So that's exciting as well. So that hopefully is coming early next year. It's been in the works for, if you go back to my channel, 7 months. It's a bit of a joke in terms of, it's not so much my end. Again, it's some people are just lazy. Does suck. I do really want to push that content, but hey, we get what life gives us, right? So that's why we're here making these type of videos as well, just to fill in the gap for you guys, which also I'm learning from. But enough talking. Thank you guys for watching. A like and subscribe, of course, would mean the world. We're growing extremely fast, like I mentioned. It's weird to say that 99% of my viewers are not subscribed, which fine, fair enough. I don't really ask for you guys to subscribe, but if you do, man, thank you. Like, that's pretty cool too. Like, so I appreciate that as well. And if you have any question, guys, drop it down in the comments, and I always do reply and I always do read. So thank you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.